name is Emily Bertrand, and I'm the owner of Royale Equestrian Center. This is Emma's horse, Rory.
Hi, I'm Emma Gelano. I'm a coach and rider here at Royale Equestrian Center. This is my horse, Rory. He's an off-the-track thoroughbred, and we'll be showing you some stuff today.
So today we're going to talk about rider position. Your position when riding is very important because this is what helps you stay in balance with your horse and also allows you to effectively communicate with your horse so you can tell your horse what to do. So our basic position is sitting nice and relaxed in the saddle, shoulders back. We're looking for a straight line from our ear, our shoulder, our hip, and our heel. We want to make sure that when we keep our heels down, we're not pushing our leg forward, nor are we bringing our leg back and drawing our heel up. This will make it uncomfortable for the horse and also put the rider in a vulnerable position, which typically will have them tip forward. So we're looking to be very tall, balanced, and centered on our horses. Okay, so our hands are just as important as our body position. So here Emma is going to pick up the reins. So she has her pinky finger behind, and this allows us to use our ring finger as action on the rein to tell the horse what to do. So what we're going to do is keep a straight line from our elbow, hands, through to the reins, and down to the horse's mouth where the bit is. Okay, so now we're going to cover our 2-point position, also known as our jumping position. So we just saw our 3-point position, which is also our regular riding position, where the rider is sitting up nice and tall, heels down, elbows bent, looking ahead, and thumbs on top of the reins. Now we want to learn how to jump. We can use this position also when cantering. So to get into our 2-point, we're going to want to maintain a straight line from our hip to our heel. We're going to come out of the saddle, slightly holding ourselves above the saddle with our thighs, keeping a nice flat back, eyes forward, chin up, and hands in the same position. They can also grab some mane to help the rider with balance. And here we have Emma doing posting trot. Here we have sitting trot. So Emma is absorbing the motion through her joints, being careful not to bounce on the horse's back. Here Emma is sitting the canter, following the motion with her hips. And here Emma is doing the 2-point position in the canter. Emma will demonstrate our jumping position over a fence. Okay, so we're going to talk about common rider faults. We see these all the time. Often when riding, we'll develop little bad habits. One is riding with the heels up. So we'll often see the riders pushing with their heels up into the horse and riding around, putting their weight onto their toes. This puts us in a very vulnerable position, because then what happens if the horse spooks or anything really, we'll end up tightening with our knee and tipping forward. We don't want to be tipped forward on our horse because it puts us out of balance with the horse. The best place to stay in balance with our horse is always sitting up tall, heels down, and keeping that straight line from the ear, shoulder, hip, and heel. Another common fault that we'll often see is a rider riding with piano hands. So this is where their hands are here and they're often outstretched without the elbow bent. And then typically they'll try to turn by opening the rein and pulling out. This is a very ineffective way to communicate with your horse. Riding with piano hands often will put too much pressure on the horse's mouth. It ends up the rider will then hold as opposed to having a soft contact. The riders that tend to ride with a piano hand often end up bracing and have a very slow reaction time. The arm outstretched and then opening up the rein is a very ineffective way to ride. So what we're looking for is the thumbs on top of the rein, the elbows bent, so then the rider can ride from here or just the fingers and have very effective communication with their horses. So here Emma's riding with a piano hand. You can see her arms are straight, hands are too low. Okay, so here Emma is exhibiting a common fault. We see pinched knees, heels up, and the rider tipping forward. Here's another common fault we see is the rider looking down at their hands and slouching. And here we have the proper position. The rider's eyes are up, chin is up, shoulders back, thumbs on top of the reins with the hands up, and the leg in the right position with the heels down.